As the starter demolisher for the Decepticons, Drive-By has the same difficulty being healed as others in his class, experiencing 20% less healing efficiency than other warrior types. Armed with the rocket launcher, laser rifle, and energy gloves, commanders using Drive-By should poke at enemies from range first, and then dip in for a hit-and-run kill. Drive-By doesn't have an Omni weapon, so a good strategy is to use rockets to break down the target's shields, then follow up with either of his two spark damage weapons. The Steel Splitter S-Tech on the rocket launcher doesn't deliver a single big hit, but instead hits spark and shield simultaneously. So that means that when the enemy's shield has gone down, they'll also have probably lost a lot of spark. So Drive-By, less work to do when he goes in at the end. The S-Tech on the laser rifle is Circuit Crawler. It slows your targets, allowing Drive-By's crew to move in for the kill, or, if they're close to getting dropped, it allows them to escape. The Spark Uppercut S-Tech on the energy gloves provides Drive-By with burst damage and instant healing capabilities. Repeated use of this technology allows close proximity combat long enough to finish off an enemy. Drive-By's first piece of equipment is Night Coolant, which increases the warrior's weapon attack rate, enabling more damage to be delivered to the target. The ability also increases the amount of damage achieved by Drive-By by a small amount, which also benefits this warrior's other S-Techs. Drive-By's second piece of equipment is Metal Fatigue. It does periodic damage in a series of big bursts over the first few seconds after activation. However, commanders, remember that Drive-By must stay close to his enemies and remain in danger for a long period of time to get the most out of using Metal Fatigue. The final piece of equipment available to Drive-By is Rust Reinforcer. This provides the warrior with a significant reduction in damage, so commanders should look to activate this early on when they're under attack. If activated with the warrior has a single spark point left, he will still die. He's not going to save himself because with a low spark, any point of damage will kill him. It also scales a lot better when under attack from multiple enemies, so if commanders find Drive-By under attack from 2 or 3 Autobots, he'll get more out of the equipment as long as it's used soon enough. Drive-By doesn't have any Omni damage weaponry, which means commanders putting points into damage will likely split them between shield and spark weapons. Putting points into the warrior's focus statistic is also a good strategy because it increases the chance of scoring a critical hit, which can only be attained by inflicting damage through primary attacks. That's attacks that are increased by Drive-By's Night Coolant equipment. If commanders are looking to play Drive-By defensively, resistance is a good stat to increase. Drive-By may look like he's on his last gyroscopes, but he remains a very deadly Decepticon and will cut down any lax Autobot in a sparkbeat. His long-range capabilities will strip away defenses in seconds, while his follow-up weapons will help commanders finish the job.